All right, good morning, guys. Today is Thursday, December 14th. As usual, going analysis for US 30, gold, and EU. So we start off with the daily bias. Daily bias for US 30 is bullish. Gold is still bearish. Remember, we use the SAR, so it's fine if gold wants to keep pumping up. The only time we change our bias is right after our SAR closure, but still bearish on gold. And I did expect here's even for the EA, I did expect this with gold because my issue with gold was this range. This, when it created this high right here, the distance between when the SCR was created and the previous high, this was $170 move. So I was even cautious of doing any sales with gold, ideally because of this. So as much as I'm still bearish on gold, you do have to consider, are there any red flags? So this red flag was a huge one to me because ideally I would have wanted the sell SAR to be created around 2100, which is where I think gold is headed, probably to 2100 and then back down. But anyway, gold bearish, EU still bearish, but if this daily candle closes above this SAR, tomorrow my bias on EU will be bullish. And then here I gotta change this. Bias on the US dollar is bearish, so I change that to bearish bias. And then I go ahead and do that. Okay, so US 30, nothing on the 15 minutes so far. Actually, wait, we had a break and continuation here. Give me 1 second. So we have two 15-minute zones here. So we actually have a valid trade setup. So this was it was break and continuation of this top zone right there. Give me 1 second. This is all right. Just 1 second. So this is break and continuation buy. So it's not possible since it's already outright. Take that out. Bring to front. So we need a 1 minute entry. So this is the zone. So of course the trade was overextended. The entry would have been up here. Of course, would have been overextended. Would have waited for price to retrace to the zone, and then we go down to the 1 minute time frame. So now if I go down to the 1 minute time frame, reduce the extension of the SARs. So now I need two consecutive yeah, so I need a live SAR to be created, and I need two 1 minute candles to close above there. But again, same thing as yesterday before the live session. Was it yet? No, on Tuesday. So US 30, it can keep falling like further down up to 36,641. So right here, it's kind of in no man's land. So this buy is still a little tricky. Personally, I will take it if it does close, but it's a bit off. But so for me, I haven't traded for like 2 days, so I do have some leverage to spare. Gold, there's nothing really for gold on the 30-minute time frame. It's breaking all these SAR zones, which is fine. So even on the 15-minute, nothing for gold. EU, okay. EU is valid as well. So this was I sent this before. I want to make sure I don't miss this. I sent this EU sell on the 15-minute before the live session started. So this is a test and rejection. So it's no longer possible. So it's already outright or it's already validated. So the entry would have been here, but of course, right? Because you're trading this top zone right here. So if I zoom in, you'll see a small 15-minute zone. It's colored in amber. So of course you wouldn't have entered here because of overextension, which is why I put waiting for retracement here. So at this point, we go down to the 1 minute on EU. We reduce our SARs, and then we look for a sell SAR to be created. A live 1 minute sell SAR. So EU can keep pumping up. That's fine because it means we'll have more momentum to come back to the downside. So we just need a sell SAR on EU. Again, not sending out any official trades. So for me, I'm counting this as personal trades. So whether they win or lose, they won't be part of any official trade. Okay, so here I need two 1-minute candles. So I think those will be my two trades for the day. So the next one we can do, we can go to the hourly time frame. So the hourly time frame, there's nothing for US 30. On the hourly time frame, nothing for gold. The hourly time frame, okay, this was already invalidated early this morning. Hourly time frame, we have an EU zone here, but I think the color of this zone is red, so this must be a 4-hour zone. So there's nothing on the hourly time frame for EU right here. And actually, let me redo this zone since it created another zone. So I'll do 516, 448. No, actually, that's too huge of a zone. So I'll put it back there. Need to, okay. So it's fine if EU wants to keep pumping up. What am I looking for? Okay, so nothing on the hourly on all these three instruments. On the 4-hour time frame, nothing for US 30, nothing for gold. EU, this is the last. So this is a 4-hour zone on EU. The reason it's a 4-hour, it's in red. So, but for this one, you'd have to wait, I think, till like 5 p.m. later on today. So no SAR trades on the higher time frames. Okay, so if this candle closes, personally, I'll be taking this buy on US 30 because we've had two consecutive candle closures. So even though it's not an official trade, just make sure you don't over leverage. So for me, since I'm risking 1% per trade, I only have two trades I can take in a day that can hit stop loss. So if I take the US 30 trade and it hits stop loss, if I take the EU trade and it hits stop loss, I'll be done. That will be it for the day. So if you have lower risk, you can take more trades. But for me, I do see a good possible buy here. So let's see how this candle closes. 3, 2, 1. So it did close above. I'm in a buy for US 30 now. All right. So I'm in that buy for US 30. And then we move. So we're just waiting on EU. Okay, let's see if we have any momentum entries or momentum. So no momentum entries for US 30. That's fine. This trade was based off of what? 15-minute time frame. So I'll go back to 15-minute time frame because it was based off of this break continuation. So that's what the trade was based off of. All right, on gold, this wasn't a valid momentum sell. The previous 1 to 3 candles, okay, it was the highest candle, so nope. We go to the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute, this sell is invalid, so no momentum buys or sells. Oh, I'm sorry, no momentum entries there. For EU, there was some momentum entries, but they already used up. I think it was in the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so this momentum sells. So price came and I'd sent it in the Discord. So this was a valid momentum sell. Price came, went this way, came back and picked up the liquidity there and went here. So this trade would have been taken out at break even. That's for anybody who enters trades on impulse. I do not, but would have been a break even trade, and then EU reversed to on the way up. This was a valid momentum sell as well that was also triggered by that push up or retracement up here. So yeah, nothing there. Here we are waiting on this for the 1 minute. So US 30 is currently up in profit. So if it gets to this zone right here, would be setting break even for this trade. So if it gets to a 1:1 risk to reward, which would be here, hopefully it does get there. That's where personally I'll be setting break even on that trade. Okay, let's go to the higher time frames and see if we do have any momentum entries. So here on the daily time frame, this buy was invalid, this sell was invalid. We go down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, let's apply the moving average filter, because any time frame lower than the daily time frame, you apply the moving average filter for the momentum indicator. Yeah, so nothing to look at really. No valid sells, no valid buys. We go to the 1 hour. These cells are invalid, invalid, invalid. This buy is a valid US 30 buy. So the reason for that, it wasn't the lowest candle of the retracement. Price was above the moving average. Previous 1 to 3, I think I edited that to 1 to 5 candles, rejected off of an SAR. So I will set an alert here for US 30 at the low of this candle, 36,585. Add an alert just so that I know that price is crossing there. So it's not a daily, it's an hourly buy momentum. So 1 hour buy momentum. So if US 30 gets here, the likelihood is that it will have some sort of rejection at that zone. So no valid sells on the 1 hour. Let's go to gold. This was a valid buy on gold. It was already used up. So the other thing you want to make sure if you're looking for this momentum, if you it has to have not been used up. So for example, this buy has been used up. It was a valid buy. It has been used up. By used up, I mean that after it formed, price came back and picked up liquidity from it, and you can see that's what pushed price up. So for gold, there is no valid buy as of this moment. For the sell, this is a valid gold sell, momentum sell, but volume already tapped into that. So this sell has already been used up at 2038. So there's no need to mark that as a sell. Actually, what I'll be doing for this, give me 1 second. I'll be doing, it's better to do 3, and this one I'll do it on the give me a second. Let me try something. Um, I'm trying to so that the intervals are not tied in. Anyway, it's fine. I'll figure. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So the interval should not be synced so that I don't have to be turning on and off. So this is the daily. This is a 4-hour. This is the 1 hour. And what I'll do here. So reversal. So those two have the moving average. The daily shouldn't have a moving average. Daily, no moving average. US 30 is back to break even and in slight drawdown, even for me right now. Okay. Where were we? So gold, no valid buy, no valid sell. Oh, I think I see why I'd done it to be 2 because I'm looking for both buys and sells. I'm sorry. All right. So now we go to the daily time frame on gold. So daily time frame on gold. Here we come. Undo this. No filter. No filter. All right. So for the daily, this buy was used up. This buy was used up because price already tested that. This is an invalid buy. Looking at the cells, there's no valid momentum cell. Yeah, so on the higher time frames, there's really nothing. We haven't checked EU, so we can look at EU. So I think even for me for today, it's only gonna be either that EU sell and that US 30 buy. So those will be my two trades of the day. So US 30 is in slight drawdown. All right. So EU on the daily time frame, this is a valid momentum buy right here, but price has to come back all the way down here. So I'll go ahead and add an alert here. Daily buy momentum. For the sell, this sell was already triggered, but price moved up. This sell is invalid. Okay, then we move down to the 4-hour and 1-hour time frames. All right, for the 4-hour time frame, no valid buy on EU so far, no valid sell. And then we go down to the hourly time frame, the last time frame. No valid buy. This sell was already used up. Yeah, so nothing even on the sell side. So at this point, we'll just monitor these two trades, monitor EU and monitor US 30. So EU, this is a 15-minute zone. So here we might be forming a 15-minute entry right here. So this zone is a 15-minute zone. So we might be forming a test and rejection also on EU. So maybe it's better to also wait for this 15-minute validation, whichever comes first. So we'll see. So probably this will come first, the 1-minute entry based off of this, but it might be safer to wait for whatever is going to be set up on this 15-minute zone. So it's best to wait at this point. This 1 minute, I'll just go ahead and forget about it because we have a 15-minute trade setup that's currently probably going to be set up. So this 15-minute candle closes in the next 3.5 minutes. So we might even have like a test and rejection here, or even a break and continuation. So instead of trying to push it to get that 1-minute entry, it's better to wait for whatever this zone will do, because here they can easily manipulate price, push EU up, and then bring it back down later. So if you entered, excuse me, if you entered the 1 minute like right now, you might be part of that manipulation. So there's no rush. Let's just be patient and see how that's going. And you can see US 30 is pumping up. So we just have to pick the most optimal trades or trade setups. The other thing, if you have my EA, during FOMC week and CPI week, so that's the first week of every month, whatever lot sizes you're using on a regular week when there's no news, use half of that. So half your risk. So for example, for me, the only, I think the account I was running the EA on was like Bitcoin. So you can see this, and I posted that in the EA channel. This one. So I almost came to full TP like this morning during that 8:30 spike, but price reversed up. But going forward, what I'll be doing, because even right now I'm stuck in those Bitcoin sales. I'm only down 1,700. It's a 100K account, so it is what it is. But during FOMC and CPI week, normally, even though your bias is bearish, price can easily go bullish. If you're bullish, price can easily go bearish, because you would expect a lot of manipulation during such a week. So going forward, even for me personally, it's either you stay away from that week that has CPI and FOMC, which is ideally either the last week of the month or the first week of the month. You'd have to look at news. But it's definitely worth it. It's worth staying away from it. Or if you really want to trade it, you go ahead and use half the risk you would normally use. That will save you a lot. So it's even right, even for me, it's like a learning thing. And it's actually happened to me. This is like the fourth time that I've uh, traded using the same risk during FOMC and CPI. So even for me, it's like a reminder that, hey, during these times, go ahead and use half the risk. So here we have a bunch of selling pressure that's coming in. I don't know if you guys were able to set break even. For me, I wasn't able to get into break even. I think break even was just like a pip or 2 pips away, but I'm still in this trade, whether it's break even, TP or stop loss. I'm still in this trade, but I'm curious to see what markups we have here. So the area it's rejecting from here at the bottom, this was the previous daily high. So this was Monday's high yesterday. No, I'm sorry, not Monday. Wednesday high. Wednesday's high. Looking at the zones, okay, this is good. We do have some buyers sitting here. So this should go to TP. So we should be good with that, hopefully. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But right now, I was hoping, oh, wait. EU. Okay, so here on EU, you can see we are probably now going to get that break and continue. I'm sorry, test and rejection. The test candle closed inside the SAR zone. So this, right? So for any trade set up to come up here, price would either have to go up. Price would either have to go up and then break back below and do like a break and continuation, or the other way, price would either have to come back down close and give you like a test and rejection and go down here. So it's either of those two things. So this is again why I told you guys, just be patient and wait for whatever this 15-minute zone is gonna give you. So even for that 1 minute entry we're waiting on, there's no need to push on that. So let's just see if we can catch this US 30 win. And then I think that will even be it for the day for me. So what else? What else? All right, this might end up being taken out, but let's see. So there's like a PD low there. If that previous daily low gets taken, then that will probably be it for this trade. Because if they take that previous daily low, price might come back down. Mhm. Let's see something here. Let's look at this. I haven't looked at this in a minute. Odd USD. Odd USD. Odd USD might be bullish starting tomorrow. I think some of this. Oh, okay. Odd USD looks like a good instrument to stack buys on. I mean, of course, the optimal stacking of buys would have been down here. But if this daily candle closes this way, tomorrow we should be reading like buy one. So it will be reading odd USD has been buying for 1 day, but odd USD might be a good instrument to stack. This is actually okay. That's pretty interesting. Euro CHF. US 30 looks like it's turning bearish. Um, so yeah, so this distance right here, I really don't like seeing such a huge gap between zones because you can see this can drop all the way here. So yesterday didn't happen. I'm sorry, Tuesday had the same setup. It didn't happen and actually reversed back and went higher. But this is like a 400 point gap that can US 30 can be drawn to down here. But I mean, I knew that was a possibility. So even though the trade gets taken out, it's something I was aware of. But let's go back to this. Euro CHF. Euro CHF looks like a good instrument to stack on buys. Looks like this was a double bottom. Yeah, Euro CHF looks like a. If we close bullish here, this might be a good instrument to stack buys on or to turn the EA on for buys only for Euro CHF. I actually might trade it. Mm, yeah, I actually might do that. Euro JPY has been selling for 11 days, so no EU buying. Uh, EU is around the SAR. No. GU, same thing. USD CAD, same thing. USD CAD. Um, it's like it's just been in consolidation, so not really. Uh, gold, Ethereum, odd CHF. Um, no, odd NCD. All right, I might get taken out of that US 30 trade. It's literally right there at my stop, so I might get kicked out of that unless we get a reversal back up. Odd ZD. This looks like a good buy as well. Looks like it's in an uptrend. Yeah, so this looks like a good one to stack buys on or to do buys only. If you're doing the EA, I got taken out of the US 30 so I'm down 1% for the day. So the next one I'll wait for is EU. Yeah, but US 30 hit stop loss for me. EU. So that's the 1 minute entry. If you guys still have more leverage, sure, that's the one we are waiting for in the beginning of the session. But personally, I will wait for what price will do in this 15-minute SAR zone. So given that I've already lost one trade since I'm risking 1% per trade, I really don't want to jump into another trade just yet. So I want to be have some additional confluences or a better probability setup before entering my next trade. Because if I do win the next trade, I'll actually be up like 1% for the day because I'm still risking 1% for my account. So I really don't just want to be selling anything randomly. ODENZD, yeah. So so Euro CHF for a buy possibly today. ODENZD, this will be a nice instrument to stack buys on. EuroCAD. Nah, looks like it's consolidating. Euro GBP, it's been buying for 1 day. Euro GBP is another nice one. Let me see where we are on the daily. Still some possible downside. But yeah, it's a nice one to stack buys on also. Yeah, so for me, I'll be looking at Euro CHF for today and ODENZD. So I'll be probably running the EA on Euro CHF and ODENZD after the close of day today. So after the new day, and just be doing buys only, or I can just go ahead and stack like small lot buys on those two instruments, especially Euro CHF. I liked Euro CHF because on the daily time frame looks like we're holding a nice trend to the upside. So that's what I liked about Euro. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Euro CHF was a double bottom, sort of actually triple bottom, sort of a triple bottom. So yeah. So Euro CHF is actually pretty nice. Was it ODENZD that had the uptrend? ODENZD. Yeah, so ODENZD is the one that had the uptrend. Yeah, so those two instruments, Euro CHF and ODENZD, I will be trading them with the EA tomorrow, starting tomorrow. So US 30, stop loss on that. EU will wait on that. But unless there's any other questions, there's nothing else to look at here. So that will be it for the day. I've already given you guys two instruments to run buys on or to stack buys on after the close of the daily candle today. And unfortunately hit stop loss on that US 30 trade. So for me, that's only 2K on my 200K account. So that's fine. But I'll catch you guys probably I think this might be the last live session of this year. Because I'll be on vacation starting next week or mid next week. and we don't have live sessions on Monday. But if you guys have any questions before I have to leave, feel free to reach out in the Discord and I'll get back to you guys. Other than that, I'll see you guys